What's up? Welcome to the Virzi Triplets show. Today we have very funny comedian Laurie Douglas joining us. Hey. Thank you for coming on, Laurie.
Thank you for having me.
You know, we were kind of talking about the sweatshirts and hoodies and coasters earlier.
Yeah, you're a fan of the hoodies.
Yeah, I like a hoodie. I like a good hoodie.
I'm very anti-hoodie. I don't think it looks good.
I like it. I think you can hide a lot of shit under a hoodie too. Like I've definitely been trapped by a hoodie a time or two in my life.
But that's what I don't like about it.
You've been hoodie fished?
I have, and then the hoodie came off, and I was like, "Oh, you still look like that underneath."
Ooh,
yeah, I know girls do that sometimes.
But I don't mind. I don't mind a little chub.
That doesn't sound. No, that sounds like you're very fat phobic. There. It sounds like you're like, get this piggy out of here.
I like him. I like him a little thick.
I mean, if it's not, if you anticipate something, short or like smaller, and then they fill out that hoodie, it's like, yeah, you want to. It's like when you go on dating profiles, and it's like, oh, like girls do only boobs up sometimes.
Or we do really high angles.
Really high angles.
Yeah.
Super high.
The iceberg.
We call it the iceberg technique. Yeah. But are you one of the people that collects hoodies?
I used to, and then I was like, I think this might be why I'm having such bad luck with men, because I'm keeping all the old hoodies.
Yeah, that might be it.
So I got rid of them.
You're keeping the trauma.
I am. I'm holding on to the trauma.
You're a hoodie hoarder.
I was for a bit. I was like, I like this hoodie, and you're not getting it back.
Yeah, that's true.
You a hoodie hopper.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Girls always. I like keep very strict track of all of my clothing because like you lend it out.
That sounds like so type A. I just imagine a little like with your.
Oh, look at that! No hoodies have been rented out again.
I know. He's like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. God forbid.
No, I have one hoodie right now that's still out there that I gotta get back.
You gotta get. Do you know where it is? Do you know
I know where it's at. I know where
it is. Do you know where? It's like a little tab in every single hoodie.
I just know when I lend out the clothing because it's like, okay, I want to get it back, but they're convinced that. Oh, I don't have to get it. It's a gift.
Don't forget.
Yeah, I like how he's saying this like there's so many articles of clothing he's loaning out. It's just one.
It's more when I do lend it out. I have to be very
It's one Kirkland hoodie, mind you.
Just
no,
one.
I didn't lend it.
Just one Kirkland.
I didn't lend the
that
Kirkland.
Like kind of like that maroon color.
No, it's all black.
The one I did lend out is
Kirkland signature.
It's a Costco hoodie, and everybody loves it.
No,
she tried to get that one, and I said no.
Oh, okay.
They were like, you cannot take this one.
No, I said you can only borrow one at a time. So
Perfect.
you need to return
like
one.
A library book.
Yeah, like a
correct. Yeah.
So are you disappointed if you ever take like if you think a guy's shredded and you take it off and he's just like a fat pig or whatever?
I would just be like, this is different. This is like it's different than what I expected. Okay. I would have to like kind of depending upon my level of intoxication, probably different vibe. I would be like, let's go get food first. Like that would maybe be the vibe.
He probably would be
and
down.
he would be down.
Yeah,
he would be
100%.
down.
He knows
which
all
is
the good
always
stuff.
like whenever I'm really drinking, that's all I really want is to eat.
Ooh,
like at the end of the day.
What's your go-to drunk meal?
Taco Bell for sure.
Yeah.
That's
what Taco Bell? What do you order?
I get a cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh, that
with
is
a
solid
Doritos Locos taco. Yeah, like it's very specific and a lot of hot sauce.
I've had to boycott Taco Bell because they took away the spicy Doritos Locos taco, which was my favorite.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did do the signing for the Doritos Locos taco to come back.
You
back in the day.
petitioned?
I did. I signed it. I was like, I need that back.
It needs to. It revived their company, and then they
really
took it
did.
away.
And the Mexican, I think they kind of do that to get people back, get people outraged, and then they bring it back.
Well, it's like McDonald's and the McRib.
Yeah.
You take it away, and it's that time of year. Yeah, they're starting to do they're almost treating fast food like merch drops, where they're like, oh, it's only here for a limited time.
A limited time. Come get it.
Yeah.
Come get it, fat asses. Let's go.
I mean,
And I run because I'm like, I need it. I need it.
Well, listen, once you have that go-to drunk meal, you have to just continually do it.
Yeah.
Because then every time you get drunk, you expect it.
100%.
So it's like when you take it away.
The amount of Jack in the Box tacos I have crushed.
Oh God, I really like those too.
So
and
good.
I don't even know what's in the center, but I don't even think about it because I'm like, this is just good.
Yeah, well, I think they proved it was like horse meat, which is good.
It's not horse meat.
Pink slime, that's what they called it.
I feel like horse meat would make you strong. I don't want it, but I feel like it would make you really strong.
Listen, if you want
I'm down with that.
You know what I mean? Like
high protein. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want it, but I feel like it would definitely be great in a protein scooper.
If you want to be an athlete and perform, I think you need to eat animals that also perform well.
Yeah, 100%.
A horse.
A horse.
That's high quality meat.
Yeah.
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 Could be tough.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah.
It's gonna be a little tough.
Gator.
Probably
a little gamey on the gator. Have you had gator? It tastes like chicken. It's
Does
just
it
salty.
really?
It's just salty chicken. Yeah.
But it's slimy, right? It's like a little slimier.
No, it's stringy. Yeah, gator's like. I mean, granted, usually if you have gator, it's fried.
Yeah.
But no, gator's actually pretty good.
Interesting.
Had a couple legs. You have a gator
I
leg.
mean, you're from the South. I'm surprised you haven't had.
I know, but I was very weird with meat and stuff like that. So I was definitely frowned upon by every Texan because I just be like, "There's a vein in this chicken." Like, I was like,
so do you still eat? Do you eat meat? Or
I do eat meat. I love meat, but I'm definitely picky about my meat.
Okay, if she eats Taco Bell, you're not that.
I know. Like, it's weird because I'm on a spectrum. Like, I'll eat like Jack in the Box and that, but then like there's this middle ground where like I'll go to some restaurants and I'm like, this chicken has a little bit of fat, or like gristle I can't stand.
Yes, I don't like gristle.
Can't stand fucking gristle. It's like the bone, like sometimes like a little bone chunk or like something hard in it.
Chewy, like a really chewy.
Yeah, or like a fat, like
wing,
it's just.
Yeah. So all of the Chipotle chicken, pretty much.
Yes. And I sometimes get a good batch, but it's just like one bite and I'm done.
There's usually the steak. I feel like when me and Alex have the steak, it'll be like, just 3 bites, just immediately.
The steak at Chipotle is like bubble gum. Like you get a piece and you just keep chomping it and you can't break it down. It's like, all right, I'm just chewing gum now.
Sometimes you get a really good person back there and you'll see and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is medium rare, which like might not be good because you might get food poisoning with like it just not being like roasted.
I'll chance it. I've had a lot of Chipotle. I've never gotten food poisoning.
I know. I don't feel great the next day. I never feel lively the next day.
You know what did that to me recently was Chick-fil-A.
Really?
We used to crush Chick-fil-A all the time, and then me and Mitch got it one day, and I don't know what it was, but it just put us to sleep. It just, whatever, it was like eating glue. My blood felt like maple syrup. It was really, really weird.
Like a Bill Cosby moment, kind of.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, Chick-fil-A roofied me.
Yeah, just like, out. I went through a phase, like just recently I had it, and I hadn't had it forever. And I was like convinced I didn't like it. And then I had the sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich. So and then I had it like 4 days in a row.
Yes, I binge it hard.
What happens.
I feel like there's definitely drugs in it. There's something in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sugar is a drug or like whatever, all those things, but there's something they add.
They had something else in there. Because you know the people that like, there's people out there that eat like a Big Mac every day.
Yeah.
Every single day for like 30 years.
Yeah.
They have to have something in there that's like keeping them going.
And sometimes it's like the person's still kind of skinny, which I don't get.
Some people just got them a tap. We had an uncle that was a farrier. He was a horseshoer. He did
That's what it's called, a farrier.
A farrier, yeah. They do like they clean the like they'll see those TikToks.
Yeah, I love watching that.
Yes,
I'm like, this is so cool.
He used to like he was like straight up redneck horse. Like he would wash his hands in horse piss. Like if the horse was peeing, he would wash his hands because it's sterile. He was ridiculous. But he had this tiny little Chihuahua like that was barely moving. Fed it, his one meal a day was a Big Mac, and he gave him a Big Mac every single day, and that's what he fed the Chihuahua every day was a Big Mac. The thing lived to like 22. It was ridiculous.
Well, because it's got all those preservatives inside of it, just going through his bones.
Keeping him alive.
And the horse piss, because you know if your uncle was drinking the horse piss, the dog was drinking the horse piss.
Yes. Yeah. He was married in. He was not our blood uncle. He was married
and then
in.
divorced out.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
That's a
divorced
flex.
out.
So like he was married in and divorced out.
Yeah. We got a couple of those.
Yeah, that aunt has had a couple. We've had a couple uncles from her.
Really, got a couple of the like little suspecty ones.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, there's.
I've never had like a suspect uncle.
Really? That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like girls are usually the ones that could possibly have a suspect.
I know. Those are the red flags. Like where you're like, yeah, no, I haven't had a suspect uncle.
Well, let me tell you, it's a good time when you don't know who to expect for Thanksgiving. You know?
I don't know what we're going to get.
Yeah, it's like, who is she bringing this year? All right. Is he a drug dealer?
I need to start doing that to my family. I need to start bringing people home. That's something I haven't done. And I think I need to make our holidays more enjoyable for my family. I need to just start bringing guys home. That's like the ones that I'm randomly talking to.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
And be like, this is weird. Do you want to come home with me?
Yeah.
And then just let
I bet half the guys do it.
Unfold.
I don't know if the guys will. I feel like I feel like you have too much. Your family has. I feel like you have like a very wholesome look, and your family would also be like, "Oh, we'll bring him on it." Like I feel like I don't know your family. This is all just
speculation.
Yes, ridiculous speculation. But I feel like it would be like such a wholesome, like, oh yeah, come on in, like no biggie.
Do you have the type of family that like if you bring somebody over, it's like really serious, or is it just like nah, just whatever, bring anybody you want?
I don't know. My mom's very OCD, so I sometimes think that she would just be like my mom. I've never grown up with, and I've always wanted to have the mentality so fucking bad, and I try to be this person like the more the merrier. Like my mom was never like that. She was like, wait, another fucking person's coming. Like so, I think that. But my mom, if it was a dude, she'd be so excited. She would be like, oh. Yes, yep. You're gonna marry him, right? Like she would be like that, which could be very awkward for me if I wasn't like the person didn't come in with like eyes wide open, knowing that.
Got it.
But I think if I set the tone for my mom would like.
But that's kind of the fun.
Go, which would be fun.
If you just blindside the guy, where your mom thinks it's a guy that you're gonna marry, and the guy's like, "No, we're just smashing."
We're just smashing. We are literally just smashing.
So you have a sister?
Yeah.
Does she have a husband or anything?
She does. She's got a husband and a baby.
Okay.
Yes, and my niece.
At least your mom has the grandmother cure in there.
Yes.
She's
my
okay.
mom has that, but she's still like, my mom thinks that the answer to everything in life is marriage. Always. Like anytime there's a problem, she's like, you should need to be married. Exactly. Exactly. Like my mom, I think like in some weird way would be like actually a lot more happy if I was just like rolling through, bringing in different guys, but like married every single time.
Yeah.
Just like, here's Phil. Here he is.
As long as you got the ring, you know, you get the commitment.
As long as I have the ring and like living in a house and she's just like, I don't have to worry about you because she's always worried.
Well, that and you're far away. You're in LA as opposed to
I know the distance.
Dallas.
The distance does that. And being the baby.
Oh,
and Los Angeles is also not known for its.
I know it's not known for safety.
Great safety. It's great dating atmosphere. Like there's hospitality.
There's not a lot of great things.
Everyone's so nice.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, but I remember like whenever crime was getting really bad here, they were like following people home for their Rolexes and doing all of that, and I was like, I've never felt safer.
Yeah.
I have never felt safer. Like they're just following people back with really nice cars. I was like, I'll be good.
You got classed out of robbery.
I did. I was like, I would, if they robbed me, I'd be like, listen, I feel bad for you. You guys made the wrong. I'll let you guys leave. I'll act like I didn't see you. Just go to the next because it's not going to happen here.
I have a Taco Bell gift card.
Is this all fake? All fake gold right now?
Yeah. This one's not as fake.
Oh,
so it's real. Fool's gold. How do you feel about guys and accessories, like guys wearing necklaces or rings?
I know it's definitely like the rings. You have to have so much for me.
Okay.
So much swag to pull off like rings, especially if one of them's turquoise. Like there's got to be, but like my stomach's still a little like it kind of turns like a tiny bit when I see it.
Is it more of a red flag, you think?
Yeah, like it's definitely like I already know that like. I already kind of know what I'm in for.
Yeah, it's very New Mexico-y to just pull off turquoise.
And not everyone does it, but occasionally, like I'll just see a random turquoise ring with the whole ring collection on a guy, and I'm like, okay.
What about like a skull?
A skull is definitely another one of those ones where I'm like, okay, you chose this.
That's our video.
Yes.
Our video. Dylan is the type of guy that wears a skull.
But I think that it depends. Like, but if it goes with the way that you are and the vibe, and like. I'm not a big ring girl, so I'm sure if I was rolling in rings, I'd probably be like, "Yeah, he's got some rings. Fuck yeah, let's fucking go."
Okay, so what is the accessory that would make you go, "Wow, that guy has Riz"?
Said the 30-year-old man.
I'm 30, by the way.
What does Riz mean?
Riz?
Is that like
it's short for charisma. It's
Laurie,
like, having.
I thought it was like Riz, like
dating,
like reservations. Like he's got reservations for this pussy.
No, I mean that's always nice too.
If he plays his cards right, yeah. I got a Riz on that sniz.
He's got some Riz.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, jewelry. I guess like.
Jacket, jewelry, anything with
let's just get right to it. Yeah.
Anything that shows extreme wealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not like really like a wealth. Like I'm not a wealth
chaser.
A gold digger.
Yeah, I'm not much of a gold digger. I wish I was because I think that I would be further in life right now.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I would be like a lot further. But it is what it is.
Integrity, and you can't buy that.
Right, you actually can't because sadly it's free.
Yeah, exactly.
But
if you go back to Texas, then you could. That's like L.A. What you're doing, you're following your dreams. But if you need to go back, you can always be a gold digger later on.
I know, but then it's just like you're like prime age for gold digging. Like gold digging is very. I'm in the area right now where I'm like I'm in the fourth quarter right now.
Okay,
I'm in the fourth quarter. Like it's the fourth quarter for me right now.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
I think you're in overtime. No, okay.
I know. Fuck.
Sorry, I'm such a dickhead.
No, but I think overtime is 35.
No.
I'm gonna say overtime's 35.
But you don't look 33.
You know what?
Like you really don't. Very good.
Thanks.
You don't have a single wrinkle, which is I'm very jealous of. I have more. Like I've got a sand bed going on in my forehead right now.
But there's the thing with guys, though, is you guys can get as many wrinkles and it's still hot.
Yeah. Well,
it's
in that
weird.
case,
then you should see.
You like these crow's feet?
You like these crow's feet? Look, I'm wise.
You should see my balls.
Like I'm ready to settle down. Like that's when I know if they've got like a decent amount of crow's feet in LA. I'm like, okay, he might be ready to settle down.
Yeah.
He might be past his Peter Pan phase. I can't talk today.
Peter Pan phase.
Peter Pan phase.
I would say, guys, especially in Los Angeles, I think of a guy lasts probably till 40 for his Peter Pan phase. No joke.
Maybe 45.
Maybe 45.
It depends on his hairline.
Oof. Okay.
That's a subject for us. No, it's true though. The hairline does matter.
It can. I've gotten into bald guys recently where I'm like, fuck it. I actually kind of like bald guys. Yeah.
Interesting. Is it because of like Johnny Sins or like what?
I think it was just like one bald guy made his way through, and then I was like, actually, you know what? Ain't
Bravo.
that bad.
Round of applause.
Ain't that bad.
That's because short kings and bald guys are in the same exact category.
Yeah. We've been saying that I think short kings, the tides are turning. I think a lot of women have been turned off by a lot of taller guys, and they're starting to.
Well, that's
get
where
on
the good
short
personalities are.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
100%.
100%.
And like I think the body types too are always like I always like. If I sometimes compare like just the way that like a shorter guy is stacked, I feel like you guys are like built a little bit more. Your muscle, like the way that your muscle tone is different sometimes.
We're not as stretched out.
We're compressed. Yeah, exactly.
We're like little jelly beans. Jelly beans.
Yeah, that's a turn on. Jelly beans.
Hey,
babe, you want to get on this bubblegum jelly bean?
Pop on.
I mean,
it definitely helps that being short definitely helps like looking like you're jacked. That definitely is like a perk, especially in the arms. Like the fact that everything's like, we just have like beefy kangaroo arms. Have you ever seen a kangaroo?
I have.
Can we pull up a kangaroo?
The kangaroos are fucking
crocodile,
kangaroo. There's a lot of
kangaroos. The crocodile that's ready. The crocodiles
have the little arms. They have the very tiny.
They have the
arms.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah, you don't want that. You want the kangaroo arms.
I'll take it away, man. As long as they're jacked, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I've been talking about possibly getting on like steroids or something. Mm-hmm. Not that I need to.
Yes.
But
TRT,
it's very tempting.
HGH.
Yeah,
it's very tempting.
What's the deal? Like, what do you want to be bigger than this?
See,
here's insecurity.
No, not at all.
Deal, yes.
I'm at we're at a phase where if we're on camera, we look very, very blocky if we get too big. So I've just been like coasting, where it's like, all right, just maintaining, just want to stay healthy, don't want to be a fat fuck.
Totally.
I mean, I've said too many things over the years about the larger folks, so I need to make sure that I do not get fat.
So why do you need to do TRT for that?
Well, here's the thing. So it's either like obviously like cool, we look good and thin, whatever on camera, or just fuck it, just get absolutely jacked again. Because I used to be, I think my arms at the biggest were 18 and a half inches. Yeah, they were fucking huge.
Jesus.
It was so sick. So then it's like, do I go back to that or do I just keep coasting? It's like, all right, whatever. The workouts are like, I feel like I'm doing like, I don't know, like it's like more like yoga and maintenance.
This is part of his one-man show called A Man with a Little Dick.
Inside the overcompensator.
You know what?
You guys don't ever, you don't have that where it's like, dude, I just want to get fucking, you guys are
I just want to tone out.
You guys are
like shred.
Yes.
You just want to be shredded.
Yes, just jacked, shredded, whatever. Like you guys don't ever go through that? Do you? Nope. Well, I don't know.
I mean, I go through like where I'm like, I want to get like just like abs and just.
Yeah. But
it takes a lot of commitment.
It is.
Yeah. I've never had the commitment for like an eating disorder or anything like that. Like I wish I could, but it's just never been something I've been able to do.
If I could puke, like I can't like gag reflex. I can't puke. If I could, I would 100% do it.
So that probably sucks whenever you're like blacked out and like throwing
up
would really help.
I'm not a puker. I can't do it.
Yeah, we don't puke when we get drunk. We're not puking.
No? What about the next day? Do you ever puke the next day if you've ever had like a really long?
If it's a weekend, if it's a long weekend,
Mitchell has perfected the wean off. The hair of the dog and the wean off over the weekends.
That's a skill. That's
a
skill.
I was telling my cousin this, and he thought it was fucking insane. But you get blacked out the one night.
Yeah.
Next, say you had 10 drinks, whatever, the one night. You got to have at least 4 the next day.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. And then 1 the last day. You got to do like a gradual wean off.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
So that's my method.
They don't puke. They're notorious for peeing the bed.
Not recently.
Not recently. I've had clean sheets for 5 years. Thank you very much.
4.5. It's been 4.5
Oh my gosh. My last pee in the bed was so mortifying that I've really like.
Was someone else in the bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was my ex-boyfriend. I just got spray tanned, and so I peed in his bed, and he just got a new mattress and had no mattress cover. And so like when you like strip the bed, it was like my body just like sprayed.
Like a crime scene?
Yes.
It was a yellow circle with a orange spray tan around it.
Like an Oompa Loompa just got murdered at the scene.
It was exactly that. And I was just like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I have nothing.
How much longer did you guys date after that?
We were together for a while after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were together for like 7 years. So this was probably like year 5.
Okay.
So maybe that was the cliff.
That was he was never the same after that.
It might have been.
Yeah, that might have been like when the drugs came in, all the things. He was just like, the bed's fucked, everything's fucked.
Should have got them plastic sheets.
I really should have.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. You need to have a mattress cover.
Here's
your lesson.
That's a mistake.
I hate to be the lesson for you.
You have to have a mattress cover.
And
I do have one. I will say the mattress cover only does so much.
Yeah, I could see though with like definitely this one wouldn't. This one probably you'd have to have like a hardcore like plastic like lots of things.
Well, that's a chemical spill right there. That's not that's not a wetting the bed. That's a chemical spill.
I'll say my old mattress looked like just various beige Venn diagrams throughout my mattresses.
I had my stuff in storage for COVID. I don't know if people were just walking all over my bed, but I got it back and it had like a couple marks and I was like, oof. I'm just going to flip it and act like I didn't see it. I cleaned it, of course, but like you can only like it's it wasn't ideally, it didn't.
How did someone step on it?
Out of sight, out of mind.
You know what? I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know.
I'm sure it was
happened.
something.
I think it was them like dragging it, like bringing it back
up
like
they
stairs.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like they moved it and they probably like didn't pick up a corner and they like hit a side. It wasn't like some like guy was living in the storage unit.
That's what I thought. I was
no, it wasn't like that.
That's what I thought.
It was just like
that makes more sense.
Yes.
We used to move furniture. So
it'd be terrible.
Yeah, we
you guys move furniture?
All the time.
We used to have the worst job in the world. Our dad is a contractor, and he used to do burn down houses.
Yeah.
So one part of the business was the insurance company would pay him to redo the house, but the other part was they would pay him to go in and salvage what was good,
clean it,
and store it because it was cheaper than buying new shit for them.
Yeah.
So we were the guys that had to go in.
These burned down houses.
Stop! You were like this
salvage the goods and then store it.
You'd be amazed how many people kept their mattresses that were in a fire. And but mind you,
the smell stays in that stuff,
They
right? Like it doesn't go away.
They can get some out, but like, mind you, most of these houses, people are hoarders. You don't just have a fire out of nowhere. You have a fire because people are like, "Oh, I didn't know I had to clean the dryer lint for 15 years. Whoops!"
Yeah,
and then it just blows up. So it was disgusting, and then they just keep their mattress, and it's like, okay, it's brand new. There we go.
It was a good time. I have no respect for hoarders. That's one thing where I'm just like, you have too much shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, seriously.
Get rid of it.
I will say minimalist.
Yeah.
I am very, very minimalist.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good way to be. I dated one guy and I realized that was his way of telling me he was poor.
That could also be something.
He's like, I'm a minimalist. I was like, are you? And then I was like, I think you're just poor. Like when I got to his house.
Was it just like one lawn chair and like a TV on the ground?
It's like, I like to keep things real simple. I was like, okay.
Keep my mattress on the floor, no frame.
Did you date
I like
him
to just have an EBD card.
Yeah. Did you date him for a while, or was that a deal breaker?
I definitely I dated him maybe a little bit longer than I should have. Sometimes I do that. Like we were talking about earlier, you know, you get the little linger.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, I would rather have that where you give them a chance.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they change. If not, then, you know, it's better than like some girls, well, and guys, I'm sure, will like immediately just, okay, one ounce of something wrong, just immediately bail.
Yeah. I think after 30, I was like, okay, you just start knocking like certain things off the list. You're like, okay, maybe I'll deal with this. Maybe I'll deal with this.
Yeah, your tolerance goes
Yes,
up.
I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
I had one guy that didn't have a car, and I remember that and he had a roommate in a studio apartment, and I was like, and it was a chick, and I was like, do you have a girlfriend? And you're just not telling me? Like, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But that one for me, I was like, listen, I can't. Like between the roommate in a studio.
Gotta at least have
That's
your own
brutal.
Yeah, and the car, I was like, and he was like at an age where I was like, okay, you have to have like, I was like, I can't date Metro. I'm sorry, I'm down for it. I understand it, but it was like too many.
Yeah, that's a lot lined up there.
Do you think it's a red flag that we all live in a 3-bedroom apartment together at 30?
No, because you guys shared the same womb. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
It's not wrong.
Close quarters.
I think it's different when it's a sibling situation too.
True.
And I think like depending upon how it is.
Yes.
Like I can't be a judge of it because like I live in a studio.
Yeah.
I mean I've never had a bigger bedroom in my entire life, but like I'm in a fucking studio apartment.
Well, it's just one big room. Yeah. It's just one big room. Yeah.
It's just one big room, bigger than a lot of like 1-bedroom places.
That's good.
Yeah.
But still, like I still have moments where I'm like, I want to be out of a studio apartment.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's how our
Hardcore.
apartment is.
Or I'm like, I think if I'm in a studio apartment, I can't be like, you have roommates? Like, I don't think
Fair enough.
I don't think that like, I have to be like aware of my situation
That's
and
fair.
that.
But you handle it all by yourself. I mean, you are paying all the bills.
Exactly,
so
100%.
that is
100%.
Boss bitch stuff.
Boss bitch stuff.
When you're handling all the bills, it's boss bitch status.
It is.
Where we share a bank account.
That's okay.
And then we just
I wish I had 2 other siblings that I could be like, hey, do you have rent? Do you have some rent?
You should just ruin your sister's marriage, and then you can have her move in.
I know.
With you.
She's always like, just live with us. I stayed with them during COVID for a long period of time, and I was like,
Smart.
It was great. Like, and I got to be with my niece. It was nice, but I was like, she kept being like, this could be like forever. And I was like, no.
That's too much power.
Totally. I think it was just like, you just want me to be your live-in nanny.
Yep.
Like, you just want me to be your au pair.
There's
Let's just be
worse
honest.
things. There's worse things to do.
Real. It's true. There are a lot
Absolutely
worse
worse.
things.
Oh, man.
I've
You should
done
get your
some
little
of them.
niece there.
Yeah.
How old's your niece?
She's almost 4.
Wow.
She's cute.
Yeah, that's all the trouble. Well, most of the trouble.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy.
Yeah,
They're crazy.
I'm not. He's good with kids. I'm like, kids love me.
Do y'all want kids?
Eventually, but it's like we're still trying to do our shit. So it's like there's no way we're taking on anything more than what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's like hey, guess what, babe? I share an apartment with my brothers. Like, we're doing this thing. Like,
Let's do it.
You're on the back burner. Don't worry about it. But like, let's start a future together. Like, it's just a weird.
People have had worse.
It's true. People
have
have
done
had.
worse.
I've seen some worse stuff.
I see some shit on TikTok where it's like, those court shows. And it's like, oh, you got 8 babies with 8 baby mamas. And I'm like, dude, what the you think you learn after the first 2?
I mean, respect to his game, though. If you're popping 8.
It's a lot of riz.
That's impressive.
It's a lot of riz.
That's bad.
It's a lot.
Well, how much child? I mean, that's like.
You can't even afford to pay that.
No,
there's a certain percentage you can pay.
At that point, he's probably not paying anybody any child support. If you're popping out 8 kids,
and
with
he's
no
still
regard.
getting laid. Respect.
It's not hard to get laid like that if you're being that's toxicity. If you're that toxic, it's I don't want to say it's not that hard to get laid, but it's like your standards are going to be lower.
Sounds pretty sweet.
No, it's not.
He's getting it. He's getting it.
He's getting wet.
So I've always said this: is dating someone that has a child a deal breaker for you?
It used to be, but not anymore. It used to be, but not anymore. It depends on. I think my biggest thing with the child is like, what's going on with that mom? Like for me is the big thing, because I think that's something that I don't think you should like completely have that be like a no-go, but I think that you're going to be dealing with the
baby
mother.
mom.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because like I feel like most relationships, they're like, oh, you don't want that person to ever talk to their ex. When they have a kid, it's like they're always talking. They have to.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
That's a deal breaker for me for sure.
Kids.
I am not dating. I would never marry a woman that has a kid.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to have to raise someone else's kid.
Yeah.
And then not to mention, it's just like, all right, you have that is so much responsibility and everything bottled into one. Like, you deal with that.
He would rather do TRT. That's what he's.
Oh my God! I want to
TRT
get
would be
so
fabulous.
fucking
TRT. That's my child.
Yes.
I wouldn't want someone to be like make an impression on my kid. Like, I wouldn't want somebody else to be like semi-dad while I'm also trying to be their dad.
You should have stayed with the mom.
That's true. Should have kept a happy family.
Yes, you're right. But Sean has stepdad vibes for sure. I do.
Some stepdad vibes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sean is for sure like the type of guy where he'd be like, man, I was on the road for a little bit. My wife's pregnant, and then he has like a Mexican baby when it comes out. Like, Sean for sure.
Oh, so you think that's not stepdad? That's cuck.
No.
Sure, yeah. Sean.
That's getting cheated.
But then Sean would raise it. Sean would raise it as his own.
No.
No, but what if she was Mexican?
No.
possible.
He's saying that it wasn't my baby.
It's not his baby.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
I wouldn't raise it. No.
I think you would. Actually, you know what? Mitchell's the type of guy that would.
You got to do that paternity test.
Yeah, I would do that immediately.
You got to find out.
Well,
I know people that have had to do it, and then that you find out, and it's a very like weird. Because like if you've been in the child's life for like, I knew someone that was in the child's life for like 3.5, almost 4 years, and then found out. Like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like
Brutal.
What do you do in that situation?
I think you
Actually,
always
you're a girl.
like I know, right?
I think you know.
I was about to answer it dead ass. I feel like it's hard. I think you have to always kind of maybe be like I don't know, because then you could have a whole thing. Because if you're like been financially, I feel like there's a lot of shit there.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of shit to unpack there.
Yeah,
because it's hard because you can't take it out on the kid.
No, it's not the kid's fault.
But it's not.
But also, when you look at the kid now, it's like it's not your kid. This is somebody else's.
Yeah, and then you start probably like racking up all the money you've spent, and you're like,
Oh, that would be the first thing I do.
Yeah.
Is I'm like, I would be suing the wife for that much money.
Yeah.
And in some states, once you've taken care of the child for a certain amount of time, it's now your responsibility.
Yeah, but it's under false I don't know. I would.
That's.
I'm leaving then. I'm moving to Thailand. I'm not.
I'm moving to Thailand. I'm out. I'm out.
I'm not paying for that kid if it's not mine. Absolutely not. If that happens, no, gone.
What's your most unusual green flag in dating?
Spray tan.
Are we talking personality or talking looks?
Both.
So I have a weird thing with hands. I like really strong hands.
Okay.
Like I don't know. It's like that's a green, like a random green.
Do you like
flag.
a big sausagey Midwestern finger or like?
I mean, varies.
Okay.
I like a little bit of I like a little bit of veins in there.
Okay.
Like just looks strong.
So do you like watch accessories with it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a watch accessory.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind that.
Then you definitely like the
Watch.
rolled up long sleeve look.
Yes, I like
Okay.
that.
Girls
like
like
the
that.
forearm, like
yeah.
the arms, like yes, that. And then green flag.
Judge the hand. What is
solid. Those are solid.
Solid hands?
Solid. Yours are hot.
Thanks.
Solid. Very. Put them all up. Very. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good hands. Those are good hands.
Women usually see their future in my hands. That's what I've been told.
I love that. But yeah, but green flag.
Personality-wise. What about that?
Personality-wise, I feel like that's weird.
That's unusual.
That's unusual.
Like quirky?
I wouldn't mind a little quirk. I wouldn't mind. I kind of like I like someone who can within a framework.
Okay.
Like be a little bit of a dick. Like that, like
Of course
not like
of course you do.
like I like being like a little bit of roasting, a little bit of banter back and
Yes.
forth like that, like not to the point where I'm like one of my guys like exes was like, "You're autistic," and I was like, "Listen, we need to stop with that." Like sending
Like
me
this
articles.
is the hottest foreplay ever. Yeah.
Like we're done. It's finished. The foreplay's finished. I get you think I'm autistic. Let's move on. Like, but
I'm very big on banter as well.
yes.
And a girl that can give it back. If a girl talks shit to me, like if it's just like a petty competition or like if we were playing video games or something, and she talks shit, that is hot as fuck.
Yes. Like I like a little bit of that. Like
Yeah.
I like banter is like my number one.
Okay.
I get to almost be like a pink, like almost like, that one game.
That might be just because we're comics,
Probably.
but it also is like it's enjoyable.
I feel like I can tell if I'm gonna have good sex with somebody by like the way that we go back and forth. That sounds really weird, but like there's like
it's a chemistry.
it is, and
Yeah.
it's like I can tell, and I either like have that with somebody or I don't, and it's
Yeah.
almost like immediate.
In your field research, has that proven to be true?
Yeah, for the most part, it has.
Okay,
but I
wow.
could be very, very committed to my results, like what I want. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever gone for a guy that is just like mainly quiet and you're like, I don't really know what's going on?
Yes, I have. Yes, where I'm like everything like on paper, you're perfect.
And then the sex
But the
sucked.
banter is like a little bit like, those moments when you're like, and someone's like you can tell they're trying to think of stuff and it's like awkward. Like I hate that. But I know that sometimes just happens when you're nervous. But
I think first date there's room for that, but even
Yeah.
after that,
I've had ones where it's like we're on like maybe like our 5th date and it's still, and I'm like, we should be. I want to be comfortable in a silent. Like it doesn't need to be weird. Like I can tell that they're, and I'm like, we're not gonna have good sex. Like I can tell like by that. Like
that's some guys that I feel like are very career oriented and have like the money and whatever, but then it's like they just don't socially they just don't get it because they're focused on career and everything else.
yeah.
I don't know. That's
Well, that explains why you banter so well.
because I'm great at sex.
No,
Thanks,
you-
bro.
'Cause I'm great at sex?
Because
Yes,
you're not
that's
good
exactly
at
where I
money
got
and
it.
career. No.
Great at fucking. You know what a green flag is for girls that most girls wouldn't realize? I think a girl that has a ridiculously loud laugh. Like girls that have like really intoxicating, weird, loud
Yes.
laughs. I like that. That's hot.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
So you like it just
Give me a chicken cackle all day.
Wow.
Just some girl that's like just a ridiculous over the. I'll take that any day of the week.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think of anybody I know that has that.
My friend's mom growing up had one of the best. Like I can.
That's where it started.
Yeah, the root of the fetish right
She
there.
just has like this laugh that if you hear it, everybody else kind of starts laughing
Whose mom?
around it.
Contagious.
Chris's mom.
Okay.
Chris's mom has I could pick it out if I hear her laugh. I could pick her out from a crowd anywhere I am. I've actually.
And when did you realize you were attracted to her?
I'm not attracted
I
to her
know
at
he's
all.
like getting a little chub right
Yeah,
now.
this
Thinking
is
about it. He's like I could hear it from miles away and know it was hers.
But she has a very good a good laugh.
Well, you are also a very annoying loud laugher yourself.
I've got a bit, yeah.
Obnoxious.
Alex's laugh every and he slams the table every time.
If I laugh hard, I grab things.
Oh, that's funny.
Playing the bongos.
There's a girl we went to. Yeah, pretty much. We went to a party a while ago, and I didn't realize I was doing it because I was just giving shit back and forth. Like it was just a fun. You know, some people you just hit it off with immediately. It's like, okay, cool. This girl, we were at this party, we were hitting it off, and she's not my type. She very much had like a butchy lesbian vibe.
Yeah.
Super cool girl though. But every time when we were laughing, she was shorter than me, so I kept grabbing her shoulder like this, like that's just what I do anyways. Yeah. And then later on, she was asking our friends that were there. She's like, "So do you think he wants to fuck?" And I was like, No. You missed
the cackle didn't get you this time.
She didn't have a cackle.
No, Alex was giving the wrong sign.
It was a sign he was touching her,
right? Because I do that anyways. If I'm laughing or hit something, whatever it is. But she thought that was a
flirting,
an invitation.
Yeah, she was like, he's
into the
into
bedroom.
it. He's
most people would though.
Most people.
In hindsight, I didn't realize that until then.
Small like signs
so then you
of
guys
physical
fucked.
touch. Yeah.
We did not. No, I'm particular.
It's particular.
Yes.
Well, that anybody in the industry is like. I think she was a producer.
Yeah, spill it all out there. Why don't you?
I wasn't there.
But yeah. Then why are you talking?
I said industry. I was just saying a thing.
Yeah, and you kind of walked into that. You're like, yeah, she's a producer and she actually is working on.
Yeah, you
works for this production company.
You answered the question.
She looks like this, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pop her up.
That's good that you threw her.
I didn't throw her. Well, she did. It's a fact. She knows.
Yeah.
You know, if you look in the mirror, you know what you look like for the most part.
You would.
If you're wearing a backwards
you would
hat.
Think I've seen some people where I'm like, do you? Do they though?
Fair enough.
But sometimes they have the most confidence.
Which I respect.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I
met someone where you're like, where does this come from?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where have you?
Just the
Can
unearned
you write
arrogance.
a book? Can you teach a seminar on where you got this?
Have you ever done an open mic in LA?
Have I? Every time.
Yeah.
Every time I go, I'm like, someone's going to shoot this place.
Yes.
Like something might happen.
Yeah. We had something the other day. We had a show we did the other day where the guy like got up and he was like getting ready. We're like, we never give a fuck if anybody tries to heckle us because it's 3-on-1.
He was talking during everybody's set, like, "Oh, that joke sucks," and he would say it loud. And when we got on stage, he had been talking through everybody, but he was particularly loud for us. And we got to say, he's like, "Wow, there's 3 of them. There's 3. There's so little." And we just stopped. We're like, are we getting heckled by?
My God! Was he old? Was he pretty old?
He was older. Yeah, older
50.
drunk guy.
That's
big,
funny.
long.
And then we're like, and I think one of us said like, "Oh yeah, like don't talk shit or we'll come and punch your kneecaps," because we're short.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, you guys are threatening me now." It's like, dude, you're talking shit to everybody the entire time. And then he eventually left. And then I talked to the guy.
What's it like to start your set after that happens? And you're like, back to my jokes.
Yeah,
we just said good luck to the next comics. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
I saw a fight break out at the Improv and then I watched someone go up afterwards and I was like, damn. Yes. And I was like, damn, that's a rough energy to have to go up after that. Because you could feel like it was just
tense.
Everything was different.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
No, and it was funny.
It was hilarious.
It was funny.
Mark doesn't give a fuck, and then after there was just like, fuck it, he just kept doing his thing.
They were like, I guess the show's continuing.
Yeah.
Let's go. It was Valentine's Day, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Valentine's
Day. That's what we said hi to you. And
yes.
I was like, hi. I was just very awkward because I was like, you said something, and I was like, yeah, and I didn't put it together until like, oh yes.
I know, because I always, when you interact with people over social and then you like their stuff, you respond back and forth, and then you see them in person you maybe have never met. I'm always like, what's the best way to be like,
hey, so we
I know
each
you
other.
I like yours. I responded to your story the other day.
You were also taller than I thought you were going to be.
I was in heels too. I'm so tall.
I thought I was just like, usually I'm just, anytime I look at someone's if I haven't met them, I'll be like, oh yeah, they're our height, and then everybody else in the world is taller than us. So I'm like, you were talking to me, I'm like, this girl's fucking tall, and I was like, oh okay, yeah. And I put it together afterwards when I'm like, yeah,
we kind of naturally just fix our eyes up. So we're like, oh yeah, they're the same height as us. Like, no, they're 4 inches taller than us. So
you do look shorter in your profile though.
Yeah, probably. I probably am sometimes
slouching.
Or if I'm with a group of girls, I'm kind of strategically
Shrinking.
Do you not? Oh, you don't want to do
I go through phases. Sometimes I'm like, yes. And then other times I'm like, I feel like now I'm more so like, yeah, I'm tall. There's just no getting around it.
I
say you like actually can't get around it.
You're not that tall.
I'm really tall.
Now
I'm like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, that's not that tall. When you took your shoes off, because whatever, we all of us, we take our shoes off going to the studio, I was like, oh, you're not as tall as I thought you were.
Yeah.
Because there's girls that are like, oh my God, I'm 5'8", and I'm super tall, and I was like, whatever. I put 5'7" on my dating profile, so eventually I'll go. Sometimes I get girls that are 5'7".
You wear Air Force Ones, it evens out.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, you're not actually 5'7". You think you're 5'7", but so you're a little taller, but not as tall as I thought you were.
Yeah.
I was way closer to you in height than I was that night.
Yeah. Well, when I'm in heels or like any kind of lift.
Do you lean? So I've had exes in the past that are both like 3 or 4 inches taller than me, and they would both lean in. Like, they would bend their knees and lean in so that they would make it seem like we're the same height.
I'd probably be into that action.
You would be doing that?
A little bit of it.
I think it should be the other way around, where it's like, if you're tall, just like own it.
Yeah, own it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, no, but girls like being little.
I mean, now at this point, I'm like, yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm tall. But sometimes just in photos, it's just like nice for everyone to look a little more uniformed. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, that's fair.
Like, if we're all going to fit in the square grid, like, I have to get down a little bit. Like,
your neck is going to my
neck's cut off. It's just my tits and like everyone else smiling, which
that's my preferred. I prefer if a girl's just
that's the preference.
Yes.
What's your green flag that's like in yours?
Honestly, nowadays it's like a girl that doesn't have social media. That's like it's rare. It's rare.
I've never met one.
It's not a lot, yeah. Or like doesn't post very often on it. Mm-hmm. It's very few.
Out here, yeah, it's hard.
Out here, it's hard.
Maybe in Texas,
there's people back home.
Definitely,
people back home don't have it.
Oh, I think my stepsister actually doesn't have one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hey.
One of my, taking a joke is, that's just because we all do it. But one of mine is actually, I look at girls' nails.
Mm-hmm. Nails can be a
if
thing.
If it's a certain length or like a certain shape. I can I look at it and see like, oh, they might be able to tickle, because I like head tickles and scratches.
Not where I thought you were going with that. Jesus.
If they have the unusually long claws, then I'm like, okay,
the Cardi B
nails. That's not that that's the max.
Those
are long.
Yeah,
that's max length.
But do you tickle well?
But I judge
sure.
the tickles. That's
100%.
what I look at. So
100%.
Sean demands servitude. If you're dating him, you better tickle him.
No, it's just like a comfort. It's like cuddling and then
I get it.
Yeah.
That is.
Did your friend's mom tickle your back too? Because that's how he got his kid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it began. Same mom.
Yeah.
Same mom. She giggles and she can tickle.
A good giggle is a deal breaker.
But see, if your nails are so long that you can't type on your phone,
let's see those. Let's see them again.
Like, you could still probably function on the phone.
I can. Yeah. When I first got them, it was suddenly a little bit hard, but now everything's good.
You got clackers.
How much?
I do. I've got clackers.
How much does this cost?
Those are really nice press-ons.
Like 90.
90?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not.
Girl, they spend a lot of money on the nails.
If I got what I really wanted, it would have been 120.
Okay, I can't. We spent $13,000 each on a hair transplant, so I can't talk.
Yeah.
So $90 nails is not a deal breaker.
So you said you like the strong hands. Mm-hmm. What about manicures to those hands, or do you want them like
I don't mind that.
Ungroomed?
I don't mind. I think a groom's nice if it's like real like painted. That's a whole nother vibe.
Okay.
But I don't mind a manicure.
An emo kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind a manicure, but.
Right. I've seen if Dylan had his nails painted. I could see Dylan having a phase where he painted his nails.
I've never had that.
You could, but you know what? Like,
I don't wear rings either. Let's clear that.
I know. He's like, just so you know, I don't have a skull ring.
You definitely look like Dylan the way you dress.
There's a type that has like.
It's like fuckboy type of.
100%, and like the necklace.
No.
Yeah, depending upon.
I think
multiple rings with a skull is a fuckboy. Maybe one
like an Ed Hardy shirt.
That's like an old
2013.
That's an old, but like really chunky necklaces.
Yeah. I'll say we have a friend that just started wearing an amulet, and it drives us crazy. But it works.
Paul.
It works. Girls compliment on it all the time.
Really?
They do compliment.
Paul's not a sexual threat.
He's not.
True.
No, he's a very safe.
No girl's gonna look at him and be like, "We're fucking," or no guy's gonna be like, "Yeah, that guy's gonna fuck her." Like Paul's he's a doughy
incel, portly fellow.
Yeah.
Incel.
He's not a no girl is gonna fuck him day one.
Yeah.
He's not like a
He's not a day one closer.
No. He's a long game.
A long game.
Very long game.
Yeah.
Long
Like
game.
I think he's saving himself.
Yeah, sure.
That's
That's what they say.
I don't know.
That,
He's religious, so.
That's good. I mean, live your life. I'm going to tell him right now he might be disappointed, but
Yeah. Well, you know.
you might be a little.
I mean, if you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, but you know how, like, I don't know, your first time when you did it, you were like, oh, okay.
I gave her 12 orgasms my first time. So
What an overachiever. What an overachiever.
I don't know if he gave her 12 orgasms their entire relationship.
That's not true. No,
he's right.
Your friend's mom, right?
I remember my first time, I was so worried about nutting early that I was literally just staring at my alarm clock and just humping and staring at my alarm clock to be like, okay, you've lasted this many minutes. Don't.
God.
Yeah, dude, it was like 15, and then I didn't even end up nutting. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, that happens. That's a recurring.
Oh, it hasn't happened since, but.
Oh, everyone's got different nutting nutting issues.
He's really strange about it.
I'm a long nutter. Yeah, sometimes I don't nut.
Are you what's it called? Retention.
Semen retention.
No. Sometimes it's like a valley where it's like, if I go in there with the mindset of like, all right, I'm gonna make sure she gets a bunch, whatever, and I'm just gonna go in there and lay it down.
A provider mentality.
Whatever. I'm gonna give her a bunch of whatever.
It sounds like a guy that's never given a girl an orgasm.
No, but like, if you're going for your first or second time, like if you're hooking up with a girl for the first time, you want to make sure you get the call back.
Yes.
So I'm always going in being
you gotta
like,
book the room.
Yes. I'm always going in being like, I gotta make sure that, I'm laying my A game down, whatever. So sometimes I'm just in my head too much about it where it's like, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, but you don't think like having a good date and a good rapport helps with that?
Of course it does.
I think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm confident on that end where it's like,
so am I.
Even if I have a band first showing, it's like, all right, I get the next tryout.
But I can do that and have a good first showing. I don't have to have a bad. Well, Sean doesn't. He's not a kitty muncher.
Oh yeah,
don't munch the kitty.
Unless
he's like DJ Khaled.
Unless it's like a relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's a prude when it comes to that.
So like, would you? Like if there's like a little dick action for you, and then you're just kind of like, listen.
I will do it. I'm just.
When you do it, are you like?
No, it's to plug his nose. He's like,
oh, God. Do you have a dental? What's the thing?
A dental dam?
Just like.
I have a snorkel.
He has claimed that he gets.
I have sensitive tonsils. So
sensitive tonsils. That's
like
a pH thing. So like the next day,
burn it?
It doesn't burn it, but the next day I'll have like either bacteria or like a sore throat.
I can't believe you're buying into this shit. I can't believe
I've never heard it. I'm just thinking like,
because he's making it up.
I'm not.
pH is a thing. I'm like, what? Also, like, what radioactive pussy are you eating?
They're not. That's the thing. They're not.
It needs to be more alkaline.
But it's been like been.
Maybe you should like do it with someone that's vegan.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's been in like relationships and shit.
I don't fucking buy this for it. He's just
interesting. Maybe you've got big tonsils.
Maybe.
Do you get tonsil stones?
I've had them. Yeah,
every now and
then. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know Sean. Sean is a man of comfort. Yeah. And that is putting himself out there where he'd have to do too much work and he doesn't want to do it.
That's not true.
Guaranteed.
That's not true.
Guaranteed.
I please in other ways.
He pleases in other ways.
How so?
Fisting.
Every woman's favorite thing. You just got to find the type and they're right.
Exactly. You just got to find a...
So sometimes I don't because of that. Like I'll just be trying to lay it down well.
I am a
pleaser.
Get the call back.
Yeah.
Do you ever pretend like you did? Like you're like, oh.
Yes.
And then
Mitch has done it once.
I haven't done it in a while, but I've done it before.
I caught someone doing it and I was like, don't do that to me. Like, you don't need to do that. I can tell.
I didn't get the call.
I could tell. Yeah. I was like, I can tell.
Well, I always
he was like, oh. I was like, you're not that good of an actor.
I always pull out, even if I've got a condom on, I always pull out when I do it.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier to pretend nut if we're going to do that.
Yeah.
But
just spitting, doing a doggy style, just spitting on her back. This is fabulous.
There is something there's you know how like they have those extravagant names for like the Alabama Hot Pocket and all that shit. There is one where it's like you do that, you spit on their back, and then you save it up, and then when they turn around, you do it on the Spider-Man.
Oh my god!
You shoot a load into your hand. You spit on her back, and then when she turns around, you Spider-Man.
I would be so pissed.
No one actually does that.
I think there's someone that had to have done it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
There has to be. I feel like I've seen these like TikTok couples that prank each other. I bet that there's like on their subscription, there's that.
Maybe.
That's a married couple shit.
Isn't that the kind of banter you want?
It is. That's
Right?
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then I get them back. But yeah,
How would you get them back? Would you pee and tan in their bed?
that's my angle.
And also,
That's my
I
angle.
will
I'm
say
petty.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's pissed in the bed with I had my girlfriend in my bed and I did the same thing, and she was livid.
Yeah, and his mom came home, or his mom not came home, but like came by and saw it, and I was like,
Oops.
Well,
she's like, you're bad. I was like, I don't know what happened.
Speaking of,
I had orange juice.
I was like white. I was like tan in the front and white in the back. Like I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm on Lori's train. I've also peed in the bed with a guy in there, right, Sean?
Hey,
Yeah, Mitchell's pissed twice. I've been in the bed with
not
Mitchell's
just
pissed
Sean.
on
I've also been in your bed when you pissed in it.
you like? Did you just lay there like? Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
No, I
left. I got out.
The one he got out, he pissed the bed, and I woke up and I'm like, my boxer's dry, but the bed's pissed. So I'm like, I must have changed my boxers. So whatever, I slept on the floor, and then I wake up the next morning, and Mitchell's like, yeah, I pissed the bed, and then I moved and slept on the couch, and I pissed the couch.
Stop! You just pissing left and right.
I double tagged it. Yeah.
And then the other one was in Lake Havasu. We were doing a show, and I was sleeping on my side of the bed, and I rolled, and I went like moved my arm over and went splat. It's just a big puddle, and he's like, "Yeah, I pissed the bed." I'm like, "God damn it, dude!"
You said you've gone now 5 years. You're on a 5 year.
Yeah, that was the last time I
4.5.
did it. That was the last time I did it.
4.5.
I
You're not going to give him that.
No, I'm not
going to
give him
4.5.
that.
It's been 4.5.
I visited him up in college, and I stayed in his bed under the covers. He passed out on top of the covers and pissed all over.
Just made a little sandwich.
Listen, I'm past that phase of my life now.
It happens.
You know.
Does it happen like when you're blacked out? Is that pretty much what it was?
It's
but like,
usually when
not every time.
when we drink beer, just because we drink
Volume.
a lot, and it's like just so much volume.
I do have a pretty high tolerance, so I can drink a lot, and then
when I did it with
Till
my
you can't.
till I have to pee it out.
when I did it with my ex, I should have blamed it on her. I should have
That would
tried
be
to play it
such
off.
Hold on.
like
This is exactly this is the type of behavior that someone who doesn't eat pussy does.
100%.
Blaming it
That
on the
was
girl.
such-
I don't want to eat pussy because it's
That was-
your
No,
fault.
No, I'm saying I should. I owned up to it, of course. But.
throat.
I think I'm getting sick.
No, shove your dick down my.
hair? Oh my god, I can't.
Oh, I don't mind hair, but you know.
Yeah, apparently
His
just
throat
mind
can't take
vagina.
it.
Yeah.
His throat can't take
He's got
it.
Michael
I
Douglas.
don't
throat.
buy it for a fucking
Yeah,
second.
exactly.
I don't buy it for a
Wait.
second. I've known Sean his whole life, better than anybody.
You know my tonsils?
He's an excuse maker.
Well, what type of drunk are you, Lori?
I am like a really, really fun drunk. I
you
like
seem
am
like a
very
bubbly-
like hyper
Yeah.
The Taco Bell.
Till I'm
is
like-
yeah, that makes
till
sense.
I'm not.
So you're toxic?
Not toxic, but then I'm just like
mess.
either like I just like will black out and I'll like I don't black out anymore like that, but like I would like exist and just like be like like it just like not like you wouldn't know what I was like. I would do stuff like come home and like pee in my cat's litter, like weird things like that, like things where I'm like, what was I?
That's hilarious.
That's kind of funny.
Like what is happening?
Yeah,
and
that's
like wake up just blankets of Taco Bell wrappers, like just that was
Okay.
that type.
But
I'm a fun drunk. But
Sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
I'm a fun drunk.
I could see that waking up with Taco Bell is better than some random fat dude or something.
I know. I've never woken up next to a sexy stranger. It's just like
Oh, that's
been-
good.
Yeah, actually.
What
you
about
know-
the ugly stranger?
Oh, very many. Tons.
It happens.
Okay. I imagine you being a very bubbly drunk, and then at the same time, once you hit a point, you're that girl that walks out of the Vegas clubs with barefoot and just dragging
Carrying the
everything,
heels.
and then getting into the Taco Bell. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I picture.
Yeah.
So perfect. That's accurate.
Yeah.
Alex has never drank.
Never drank.
Ever.
Really?
Never had a drip of alcohol.
I really respect that.
I equate it to a Mormon that's never had sex.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're missing, but you would probably like it.
Yeah. I don't
So-
even, if you started taking the steroids and then decided to drink for the first time, I would not want to be around for that.
I'm not happy.
That would be.
He would be the worst.
tempting.
He would be the worst drunk.
No.
It's a
Like
good
that's the
he
thing
does.
is like sometimes when you've gone this long, I'm like, I don't think you should. 'Cause
Yeah.
It would be sometimes. Have you ever seen someone who like can't after a certain age like can't handle it, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
come on.
They're right here.
Oh,
I
no.
can handle it.
No, there's ones where it's like almost every time you like can see it in their eyes and you're like,
Some comedians
here
that
we
we
go.
know.
Our older brother.
Here we go.
Couple comedians,
No,
yeah.
Michael's not that bad.
Sean's the word. I hate Sean as a drunk.
I get under Alex's skin. He
Yeah.
doesn't like me.
No,
'Cause
Sean.
you know how to do it.
He just becomes this arrogant fuck that everybody, if he says something, he
Sounds
expects,
familiar, huh?
He expects everything to stop. He expects everybody to listen to him. And if you just go, shut up, Sean, it's like you stabbed his dog. Like it's the worst thing in the world.
The Boy King. We call him the Boy
call
King.
him
The Boy King.
Because he can't be wrong.
No, I shan't eat pussy.
I will not.
I will not.
Peasants.
I shan't eat pussy.
A tit, please.
Yeah.
Just give me the titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to my wife. I'll give my sobriety to my wife, and then she can
Wow.
just,
Wow.
Although at this point, I've waited long enough.
This makes Alex sound more noble than he is. but
I
he's
know
not
he's
really-
sounding super noble
He's
right
not.
now.
He's not.
He's sounding
noble guy.
so noble.
I'm a noble guy.
Noble.
Well, I can't give her my virginity, so I got to give her some kind of what's the sentimental thing that I give? What would you give to your husband?
my ass.
Okay, there you go. See, I probably am not going
Classy
to give
lady.
him my ass, so I will give them my sobriety.
My sobriety. She's like, you're like, I'm actually going to be an alcoholic for the rest of this.
That's the possibility.
You fell in love with this sober guy. Now let's
But
see
I'm
me
not.
drunk. Yeah, exactly.
I've been saving myself for
Yes.
so long.
Yes.
Have you had any guys that have asked you to do butt stuff on them?
No, I've never have.
Oh,
I never have.
Really, I feel like it's popular in LA. 'Cause
I've
heard
heard.
a lot of girls that have been like, yeah, this guy want to do this. Like I've heard that a lot out here.
A lot of gerbils were involved. Yeah.
Gerbil. See, the gerbil would throw. I would be like, I don't think I can be here for this.
Yeah, no, it's
I would be concerned for the gerbil. I'd be like, I wouldn't.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing a guy's asked you to do?
The weirdest thing. I feel like I haven't had
Commit
a
to a
lot.
relationship?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Say he wanted to be with me forever. Say that he loved me. That was really weird. It was strange.
Yeah.
Don't piss in my bed.
I think I probably have had someone ask me to pee on him, but I feel like that's
Ooh.
not that strange for people to
Did
ask.
you?
No.
Because you pissed on the cat litter, so we had to make sure.
No. If they had asked Denise, my like drunk side, yeah, she would have been like, hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, you have your drunk alter ego is
Yeah,
Denise?
it's Denise. She's Denise. She's
Okay.
a crazy bitch. But yeah,
Mitchell had a bunch.
Denise
for a
Douglas.
while. Mitch
Yeah.
had. Mitch
You had a
like-
few?
Yeah, college was a weird time for him.
Yeah, there's Sergeant Blackout.
Thug Nasty.
Thug Nasty.
Vietnam
God.
Dwight.
There was a couple. Yeah, we
Stinky.
were working through some stuff. Yeah, Stinky.
Stinky. I'm glad I would want to meet Stinky.
Stinky
just shits his pants everywhere.
It was
Not
just
literally, but as soon as you get in the car, he would just fart. It's like, dude, you were just
Yeah.
outside.
after
You were
that.
just outside.
Just
Can you be
fart
thoughtful?
outside and you brought it in.
Where I
don't know where we
just
got
had
it.
a picture of it. Where did it go?
Yeah, a lot of girls have they have the one name.
That's
Like
Yeah.
Denise or
this
their
is
alter
this
ego.
is Sergeant Blackout, by the way.
But it wasn't even. They weren't even Halloween parties.
I hope that's like that. Your face is dirty from like
It's camo paint.
It's
Yeah,
camo
like
paint.
camo
yeah,
paint?
Yeah,
It's not blackface.
And I would just show up. I wouldn't even be Halloween parties. I would just
It'd
show
just be a
up in
kickback.
full ghillie suit, face painted.
they're like,
all
we know the
camo.
night. We know what's gonna happen tonight.
Yes,
We
yeah.
know the vibe.
It was pretty. It's pretty obvious.
That's another
Oh,
one.
that was one where I passed out on a beach.
That was the front
Holy
page of a newspaper.
shit.
That's
Yeah, we
the
had
front
some- we had
page
some
of the
times.
newspaper of San Luis Obispo.
Shout out to that.
I believe that. What did they say? Were they like unruly college students?
They were gonna shut down the. Which one's this?
I love that the pants are down by your ankles.
I just couldn't make it all the way to bed. Yeah.
Did you pee that night?
I don't think I
That
did.
looks like a pee night to me.
That actually wasn't. This is one of my.
I had
favorite.
one where he.
Oh, that,
That's one of my favorite ever.
That's-
Oh my god,
That's-
it's a perfect circle.
Thank
It was-
you, yeah.
He fell asleep on top of the comforter, and then pissed on top of the comforter, and that's just what bled through.
yeah.
Oh wow, you
For those
like
listening,
a
yeah.
lot of water retention right
It
there.
was a
that-
good
look
amount.
at
It
that
was a
pride.
high.
It is a lot of pride. So much pride.
It's my favorite.
So
picture.
much pride. That's so different from when I wake up after peeing the bed.
Yeah.
I'm like I like am rethinking.
Well, that
things.
was-
I'm like
that was actually-
questioning my life.
You should have told your boy, just be like, yeah, he made me squirt, like whatever. He would be like, yeah, I fucking did.
He's like, yeah.
I'm gonna get on testosterone.
That is always a good out.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Last night I just squirted. I didn't
It's
mean
just,
to.
it's just
It's
everywhere.
so weird. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
You're just so hot, babe. Oh my god.
I slept in the puddle. I didn't want to tell you. That's all.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that one was after we had our first.
Virzi Palooza.
Yeah, we had our first party at our house because our parents left, and we threw this fucking rager got a keg. It was like, I think senior year, right after senior year.
After senior year, you were in college.
And we wilded out on that one. And
it was like Project X. It got out of hand.
No, I could only imagine.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It's amazing. Nothing terrible happened.
We're from Simi Valley, so it's kind of like a little white trash of a town, a little white trashy.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like...
Those can be some fun parties.
Yeah, and we were dumb enough where we invited people on Facebook, and the people that we invited
they wanted specific
other
open invite.
Open events. Yeah.
And then the people we invited other people, and only the other people, only the other people came.
Isn't that weird how that happens sometimes? Like, you're like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and it was just like...
Yeah, it was not
it's
our
like the
usual
third
crowd.
party. It's like,
a lot of acquaintances were there, and then a couple of real tight homies, but not like the people we
you're like,
wanted
where
there.
are my like friends?
Yeah.
We were also hoping more girls were going to be there.
Was it a sausage fest?
Kind of. We were hoping more hot girls would be there.
We also didn't really...
We didn't have the best looking high school class, I'm not going to lie.
Well,
That
we didn't really
happens
like... We didn't date a lot in high school, I feel like. None of us
we
had
didn't.
But even then, we had enough of a tree.
We were very oblivious to girls. Like we didn't. Everything we learned from girls was just through movies.
When did y'all lose your virginity?
I was
17,
18.
Halloween, baby. Let's go.
Alex is 21, I think.
Yep.
Okay, 21.
21. Can you do something?
Hey.
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Yeah. I lost
Instead of drinking, you fucked.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly. But
Mitchell fucked in our group car.
I did. We all shared one car. It was a Mitsubishi Montero, 1998.
Nice.
And we would kind of allot times where we got to use it. So I'd be like, hey, I go from 6 to 8. You can go from 8 to 10. So usually the 6 to 8 block was mine. So
Yeah.
I would
Tear it up.
nut in the back, and then we had a towel to wipe off our windshield every now and then. And
Wait, you guys had a cum towel in the
No,
car?
it was for the frost.
It was for the frost.
the
but he
defog
used it
didn't
for
work.
The cum.
they didn't know that it was being
cum
used
rack.
for cum.
They're like wiping it off, and then they like wipe their faces.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cold.
exactly. They moisturized with my semen. Yeah. And eventually they found out, but they're like, why? They're like, how come it's scratching the window of the car? Like, oh, because it's
Why
just
is it sticky?
hard cum.
Oh my god.
Well, I think on that note,
Lovely.
Hey, we didn't get into an argument. That's good. That's one of the
yeah,
first
we did
kind of did a little bit on the
just a little
snatch
kid eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like there was very minute. It was
Yeah, a
very
little
small.
bit. That's good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means you did a great job.
That is, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Lori, if there's anything you want to plug,
please. Thank you for being
social
on.
shows,
No, thank you for
anything?
having me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this is very
be
fun.
I'm gonna be in Plano at the House of Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's April 6th through the 8th.
Nice.
Be fun.
Nice.
And then I have a show April 13th at the Improv.
Nice.
7:30 that I'm producing. So I'm excited.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What day is it?
That's gonna be a Thursday.
And what's
Try
your
swing by.
social media?
It's Laurie.Douglas.
I was going to say, what's the show at the Improv called?
It's called Cult Comedy.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll try to swing by.
Yeah, you guys gotta come.
We'll have to
Really
check
fun.
it out.
Definitely.
Laurie Douglas on the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, if you are in local SoCal, we will be at Oxnard at the Levity Live for the Dirty Show, Late Show, Friday night. Come check us out there. That'll be
April
fun.
7th.
April 7th, we will be at the
Improv.
Hollywood Improv Lab, April 8th at, I can't remember the time.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock show, and then we'll be in
It's a 9:30 show.
9:30 show at the Hollywood Improv, April 8th. That's a Saturday. And then we'll be in Simi Valley, Rock and Roll Pizza. That's always a fun show.
Hometown.
Wednesday the 13th. Come check it out. 12th, Wednesday the 12th. Oh my days,
Everything's getting fucked up.
This was
everything
amazing.
today. Laurie, thank you so much for coming on. I really
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me, y'all.
Dill, bye. Have fun in Thailand.